Hi, my name is Kurt Wilkinson. This is my discussion-based assessment. For this assignment, I'll be teaching you the lessons that I think are the most important in terms of being teachable. In this lesson, we're learning about laws of sines. Without further ado, let's get started. So, in laws of sines, we'll be using triangles. And triangles and these types of problems would be oblique, which means that it won't have a right angle, okay? And sometimes it's gonna have like a missing angle or a missing side or vice versa and stuff like that. You need to figure out, okay? And usually this would be A, B, C. Now usually these things would have to add up to 180 degrees. Don't add up to 180 degrees, then it is wrong. So let's start off with our first example. So let's say like capital letters, okay, the capital letters, they're angles, right? And the lowercase letters, they'll be side lengths. Okay, so this would be A, so they're across from each other, A, B, and then C. That's terrible A. So yeah, A, B, C, okay? And let's go with something. Let's say A is 67, okay? And then lowercase a is 8, and then b, lowercase b, is 7. But we don't know what c is, or uppercase b, or uppercase c. That's what we're trying to find here in this problem. Okay, let me erase this so I could rewrite my triangle. Sorry, redraw my triangle. Okay. I'm gonna make it smaller though, because I need to have room to write. Okay, A, B, C, A. I'm sorry, my bad. This is a mistake. A, B, C, B, C. Okay, now a good trick to solve this is if you want to find a missing angle. Sorry, these are my guinea pigs. So I'm gonna do A over sine of capital A would equal to B of sine B, because we want to get like, okay, we want to get so 67 is 8, sorry, and then B is 7. So we want to find the other values. We want to find what let's find what capital B is. Okay, let's find what sine of B is. All right, so we could fill in our values. So it'll be 8 for sine of 67. Okay, which would equal 7 over sine B. Okay, now we got to cross multiply. Okay, so it'll be 8 over sine of B would equal 7 over sine 67. So let me get my calculator out. Okay, now the brand I'm using is a Texas Instrument TI-32S. Just make sure when you do these type of problems that your calculator is in degree mode. So you can click this, you can click degree, DRG. Just make sure you're on degree mode and you press enter, equal sign. Okay, all right. And then the sine button is right here, the cosine and the tangent sign right there. Okay, so, but in this case, we're learning about the law of sine, so we're just going to use sines for the sake of this problem. So sine, we're going to have 7 sine, and then 67 degrees. Just make sure you put the parentheses at the end. And that would be 6.44. Okay. We divide both sides by 8. Okay, and I got 0. 25. That's too small of a number, so we're gonna have to do something that's like the inverse. So the inverse, what it is just sine to the power of -1. Okay, it'll look like this on your calculator. So in order to get that, you're going to have to press second and sine, you'll get -1. So let me show that again. Second and sine. Sine to the -1, so the inverse. Okay, you want to plug in, so let's do that. You want to plug in 0.805 equal 53.6, or you can round it and just say 54, and then this, and then B would just be 54. Okay, now we gotta find C. Sorry, my hand is aching. I'm in the camera with my other hand. Okay. Okay, and now we want to find C. Okay. All right. So, of course, all sides have to up to 180, right? But since we have these two values, let's try subtracting them. So 180 minus 67 degrees minus 54 degrees would equal 59 degrees. Okay. That's uppercase C. Okay, but we still got to find out what side length C is. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do A sine of A equals C sine of C. Plug in your values. 8 over sine of 67 degrees would equal C sine 59. Cross multiply. Get 8 sine 59 degrees would equal C sine 67. In order to divide both sides by sine 67, we have to actually, you can do that right now. You could either way, you could figure this out first and then have your number and divide it, or you can just have this full function right here. That's what you call it, and just divide it by that. It would work either way. Okay, so so 8 sine of 59. Divided by sine of 67. That'll be 7.44. 7.44 would be side length of C. Now we know for sure this would be one solution, okay? Now it is possible for this type of problem to have no solution or two solutions. Now, one way to check your work is just make sure that if the shortest angle is with the shortest length, is across the shortest length, or if the largest angle is with the longest length. Sorry, I'm just tired. Okay, so we could see that angle C is 59, which has the, I'm sorry, let's start with, so we could see that angle A is 67 degrees, which has the longest length, which is 8 degrees, and then B would be 54 degrees, which has 7.44, and then C, I'm sorry, this would be C, I'm sorry, C, which would be 59 degrees, would have the side length of 7.44, and then B, which would be 54 degrees, would have the side length of 7. Okay, that's how you can check your work. If they don't match, then there's something wrong. Okay. Now, if you want to make sure that your problem does not have two solutions, you're going to do 180 minus 67. Sorry, you're going to do 180 minus 54, which was the second angle that we got. That would be 126, right? Okay. Now, with 126 plus 67, that will go, that would be 193, I'm sure. That would go above 80. So that means no matter what, there will not be two solutions, but definitively they would be one. So let's try a problem, or to say a triangle, with no solution. Okay, so let's always draw our triangle. Okay. Okay, let's say A, B, C. Let's say if angle A, 71 degrees, side length A is 5, then C is 9. Well, we need to get the other values. So let's do A over sine A, which would equal C over sine C. Okay. If we plug in our numbers, that would be 5 over sine 71. Which would equal 9 over sine C. Cross multiply. 9 sine over 71 equals 5 sine C. Okay? Now, if we do 9 sine and then 71, make sure you close that. Oops, you can see that right there. Okay, that would be 8.50. Okay, but if you but we need to find the inverse of that. So second sine 8.50, your calculator should end up as an error. And when it ends up as an error, it means that there is no solution. You cannot continue further. So in this case, no solution. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Now, last but not least, let's try a problem where we would have two solutions. Okay? Let's draw our triangle. Stand up here. I was getting tired. Sorry. A, B, C, and then angle A. You could write angle A as M like this, but I just put capital A. You know, I don't want to write too much. Okay, so A is going to be 30 degrees. Angle A is going to be 30 degrees. Let's put that down. Okay. Side length A would be 3. Side length B would equal 6. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. What do I? Okay, yeah. Okay, now let's find what angle B is. So A over sine A, you know the drill. B over sine B. Okay, plug in our numbers. 3 for sine of 30 degrees would equal 6 over sine B. Cross multiply. 6 sine 30 degrees equals 3 sine B. Divide both sides by 3. Okay. Equal 3. Okay. It's 3 divided by 3 would equal. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Something's right here. Let me just try something. Oh, my bad, my bad. I made a mistake. So 30 is actually supposed to be 25 degrees. My bad, 25. Let's put 25 degrees. Made a mistake. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's change this from 30, 25. So I don't think this is supposed to have a right triangle because, yeah, because this is an oblique triangle. Okay. All right. All right, let's